Yo, I don't know about y'all, but I wouldn't have guessed that Rolling Loud would allow a faith-based musician or even faith-based musicians to perform at their music festival. Well, regardless of what I think and what everybody else thinks, it just happened. And today we're going to take a look at a song that came from the whole experience. I am G Civil. Welcome to the Carefree Corner. Let's get it.
Go ahead and ask him how he feel. I'ma tell you like I ain't even stunned what you're saying, cause I'm on it. I ain't even playing, you can get it if you want it. Meet me in the air, I'll be there in the morning. Nigga, I'm all in.
So, back again here in the Carefree Corner. Today, well, first, let me start off by saying thank you guys. Thank you for anybody who tapped into the last video that I did, which was the first official breakdown video, the first official review video that I did on Hold On by Darren G. If you didn't catch that, you know what I'm saying, you can go back and look at that. But thank you for the couple of you who tapped into that. And hopefully you guys, hopefully you guys enjoy, what I offer moving forward. So today we're talking about the Rolling Loud Freestyle by Caleb Gordon and Hulvey. This comes off of the heels of Rolling Loud's first ever Christian music set. And this was, I think, a month ago, 2 months ago, well, in December. It was in December, that was when Rolling Loud's festival was. So this video, it comes late because, like I said, Rolling Loud was back in December. It's February now, but as a man of faith and as a man of belief in God, I feel like it's important for me to share the music I listen to. You know what I'm saying? I don't just listen to secular music. I listen to non-secular music. When I wake up in the morning, I choose to start my day with faith-based music just so I can get myself right, get my spirit right, and just prepare myself for the day ahead. As a music lover, as a music connoisseur, I want to be able to share the things that I like with the community that I am building. You know what I'm saying? With the community that I'm building. So this is just another example of that. This is an example of that. I'm gonna try to stop repeating myself, y'all. Like I said, as I'm doing this, I'm trying to get better and better. You know what I'm saying? With my talking, with everything, you know what I'm saying, that goes in doing this. So grow with me, y'all, bear with me, but we're here. So Rolling Loud Freestyle by Caleb Gordon and Hulvey. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of background on who Caleb Gordon and Hulvey are. So first, about Caleb Gordon. He's a 24-year-old from Ocoee, Florida, and I discovered him early last year, in 2024. I think it was around January or February. But he's the first artist that I've discovered from Ocoee, Florida. You know what I'm saying? We know Floridian artists, you know what I'm saying? We know artists from Florida, but excuse me, from that specific city, Ocoee, Ocoee, Florida, he's the first one. So shout out to Ocoee, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got Caleb Gordon. Caleb Gordon started off as a secular artist, but made a switch when he didn't see his career going into the direction that he wanted to, and when he just didn't feel fulfilled by the music that he was making and the life that he was living while he was making the secular music. So he switched over and started making music to, help people get saved, help uplift the kingdom, you know what I'm saying, and help uplift others and help other people who are like him turn to God. And since then, his career has continued to grow and has continued to flourish and is steadily, on an incline. Back in 2024, last year, he dropped 21 singles and a collaboration tape. And this year, in 2025, he's dropped 2 singles so far, Championship Ring and Stamina, plus the Rolling Loud Freestyle with Hulvey. 5 songs that I would recommend if you never heard of Caleb Gordon and you want to get into him. So I got 5 songs that I would recommend to you if you haven't. So number 1, Evidence. Number 2, War. Number 3, Maintain. Number 4, By My Side, in parentheses, Forever Be. And number 6, Psalms 139. So if you don't know about Caleb Gordon, you know what I'm saying, go check those songs out. I feel like those songs give you a good example of the range of production and the range of the type of artist that he is, because he can rap his tail off, but he's experienced in the more melodic side, so he knows how to manipulate his voice and get those melodies out so that they sound pleasing. So about Hulvey, tell y'all a little bit about Hulvey. He is also 21. He's also 24 years old, and he is from Brunswick, Georgia. The first person I've ever heard, who does music from Brunswick, Georgia. We know artists from Georgia, but from Brunswick, Georgia, first person I've ever heard. You know what I'm saying? Or the first artist I've ever heard shouted out. You know what I'm saying? Within their music. His most recent album, Hulvey, his most recent album is called Cry, and it's 17 tracks split into 3 sections. So Cry is actually an acronym for communion, reflection, and yearning. And so like I said, and those are the 3 different parts. Communing is one part with a set of songs, reflection is one part with a set of songs, and yearning is one part with a set of songs. But they all flow cohesively, and they all kind of once you get through them all, they kind of they tell a story that they all kind of link together through. So that's a little bit about Hulvey, and I have 5 songs that I would recommend from Hulvey, and those songs are actually not 5 songs. I'm not going to share those, but what I want to share is my favorites off of the Cry album, because if you want to tap into the Cry album, I just want to share some of my favorites off of that. So my favorites off of his last project, Cry, are Pool Party, Top Spinning, Anxiety, and Have Me. Next, so let's talk about the first Christian set, the first Christian rap set at Rolling Loud. So the first Christian rap set at Rolling Loud, like I said, that was this past December, and it featured 6 artists all performing under one big title called Chosen Journey, aka CJ. DJ 5 Venoms was on the 1s and 2s for them. And their set as a full set, their set was about 40 minutes. Like I said, 6 artists. Caleb Gordon performed 3rd, and then Hulvey closed out the set. Shortly after they performed at Rolling Loud, Caleb Gordon and Hulvey got together and recorded a song, and they named it the Rolling Loud Freestyle. I'm assuming that they recorded this either on their way there, in the hotel when they had just gotten back after performing, or I assume that they recorded this around the same week, because they recorded it. Actually, no, they didn't record it after the performance, because the song was already recorded and they made the video as they were performing, not as they were performing, but at Rolling Loud. So if you look at the video, I'll put some clips up as I'm talking about it. They are kind of going through backstage, you know what I'm saying? They're performing the song backstage and making the video for that. So you kind of follow them on their journey while at Rolling Loud through the video, if you get what I'm saying. It's kind of like you spending a day with them, you know what I'm saying? Which is dope. So about the freestyle, Caleb takes on the first 2 verses, and Hulvey takes the 3rd verse, the 3rd and final one. On the hook, Caleb reflects on where he was before turning to God with his music. And in his verse, he reflects on when his old friends told him that without cursing or being edgy in his music, he wouldn't make it far. in verse 1, he says, youngest in my family, I was the darkest child. But Rodney Jerkins told me to bring the gospel to the crowd. My dog told me if I ain't cussing, they won't hear me out. Now we wireless, just like Verizon. Can you hear me now? And then they have bars. And when I'm a hip hop head that likes bars and likes lyricism. So when a Christian rapper can put bars in there that I can get, it makes it that much more entertaining, and it makes it that much more palatable. And like I said, Caleb Gordon was a secular artist before he became a Christian artist. So he has those elements of real emceeing and metaphors and similes, and he just applies that to a kingdom building strategy, you know what I'm saying, with his music. So now we wireless, just like Verizon, can you hear me now? You know what I'm saying? That's an easy bar. And then the next one, you know what I'm saying? He says, I'm rocking with that 3-in-1, ain't no Destiny's Child. I'm rocking with that 3-in-1, ain't no Destiny's Child. I'm Superman, I'm with the sun, ain't no turning around. Enemy trying to put up walls and we knocking them down. So rocking with 3-in-1, Destiny's Child. So 3-in-1, meaning Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, all three entities, all in one spirit, being God. So 3-in-1, and then that goes with Destiny Child, 3-in-1, because Destiny Child had 3 members. I'm Superman, I'm with the sun, ain't no turning around. With the gifts that God is giving him, he feels as powerful as Superman, and he's saying, I'm Superman, I'm with the sun, like sun, Superman being with the sun, like the bright sun, and then sun referring to Jesus, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Son referring to Jesus. And then, Caleb comes back with the hook. And just so on the hook, like I said, Caleb is reflecting where his life was before and how far God has brought him, seeing that they're performing at Rolling Loud. So he says, remember back then when I was rolling loud, started seeking God, he sent me to Rolling Loud, So he's saying that through him turning away from his vices and putting more focus and attention on God, some of the goals that he may have had as a secular artist, like, man, I wish I could perform at Rolling Loud. Man, I wish I could perform at this festival. You know what I'm saying? I bet that he never thought that he would be performing his faith-based music at Rolling Loud amongst all the artists that he wanted to be like before making, the transformation, before making the transition. I don't want to say transition, before he makes the transformation, because when I think about transition, I think of, passing away. So before he made the transformation, and then on the hook, they share a sentiment that both of them can, all the artists can share as they're bringing the word and bringing God's and bringing non-secular music to a secular festival. He says, they don't know about the king, they're gonna know him now. Straight up, you know what I'm saying? They don't know about the king, they're gonna know him now. So if you ain't know about him, you know what I'm saying, hopefully through their demonstration and through their performance, you would want to know who they're talking about, you know what I'm saying? And so verse 2, Caleb Gordon does a little bit less in verse 2, then goes back into the hook again, and then Hulvey comes in on verse 3. And Hulvey reflects on, in his verse, he kind of reflects on old jobs and times when he was younger, growing up poor, but not knowing that even in the scarcity of funds, Jesus says that we're rich in heaven, meaning that, and I'll say the lyric real quick. I was working at Winn-Dixie, stocking Lil Debbie's. Grew up poor, but the sun said I'm rich in heaven. And so that means that with our focus on faith and with our focus on God, we are rich in wisdom, which gives us what we need to not only gain the wealth that we want in funds and things that we need, and some of the things that we want, but the knowledge and the wisdom to know how to keep that and to keep that flowing so that we never are, lacking, and that's only if our faith is on the right thing. I mean, only if our focus is on the right thing, which should be our faith and which should be God. And so, like I said, so, you know, Jesus says we're rich in heaven, meaning with our focus on faith, we are rich in wisdom, knowledge, time, and meaningful opportunities. And then right after that, he has a cold Reggie Bush bar that I didn't even catch the first time I heard it. And it's so simple. You know how sometimes the simple lines can go over your head? That was one of the ones. I was kind of mad I didn't get it the first time. So he says, okay, so grew up poor, but the sun said I'm rich in heaven. Spirit touched down where they rolling bush and sparking Reggie. So he's saying like the Holy Spirit touched down. The Holy Spirit came, you know what I'm saying, within where he is. Or he could be talking about Rolling Loud at the same time. You know what I'm saying? This is a Rolling Loud bar. Like literally, it's right there. Spirit touched down. So he's saying that the Spirit can reach where they're rolling bush and sparking Reggie. You know what I'm saying? Reggie Bush. But where they're rolling trees, where they're rolling weed and sparking it. So that's dope. And so right after that, he says, you know, to all my brothers so confused and drug abused, took your words to the tomb and make you new. So he's saying that, like, if you feel confused, if you feel like, you know, there's a dark cloud over you, if you feel like, you know, you just keep running in the same cycle, you know, you should put your focus on Jesus, confess. You should put your focus on Jesus because Jesus dying on the cross. So what he's saying is, so then next he says, to all my brothers so confused and drug abused, took your words to the tomb and make you new. And so he's saying through having faith in Jesus and through believing in God, you can be made new. You know what I'm saying? The confusion can fizzle out. You know what I'm saying? There can be no more confusion. There can be no more abusal of drugs. If you just turn, you know what I'm saying, your life around and make sure your focus is on the right thing. So, and then right after that, you know what I'm saying, he says, I'm tired of hearing Brunswick, Georgia on the news. Man, if I can do it, you can do it too. And then right after that, you know, they go back into the hook. And then at the end of the song, Caleb says something that he says, well, he kind of describes what he does at the beginning of every song, which is, he says, say my city before I start, and I'm saying it loud. You know, and that's OCOEE before every song. I don't know if I said this about Caleb Gordon, but in the beginning of every song, you know how every artist has that certain ad lib or that certain thing that sets them apart and that you know that it's them on a song. Caleb Gordon's is 2000 EST OCOEE, and he says that on beat at the beginning of every song before he goes into any verse, before he goes into any hook. And like I told y'all guys before, like I mentioned before, OCOEE spells Ocoee. That's his city. That's where he's from. That's in Florida. 2000 EST. He was born in 2000. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my 2000 babies. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my 2000 homies. You know what I'm saying? We here. But that's how he chooses to start his songs. You know what I'm saying? Let you know where I'm from, how old I am, before I tell you who I am, and whose I am, and who I serve, and what my mission is. So all in all, a real dope record, a real dope collaboration between two artists who I thoroughly enjoy, you know what I'm saying, when I listen to their music, and what they talk about feeds my soul. So if y'all have not heard of Caleb Gordon or Hulvey, I would definitely recommend, you know what I'm saying, you guys to try them out. And also, no big deal, Alex Jean is dope too. But I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I can't get with his voice, you know what I'm saying? For those who know who Alex Jean is, the voice, dog, is just too deep for me. He's so dope and his music is dope, but just the voice is too deep for me, y'all. But kudos to everybody who rocks with him, and kudos to everybody who rocks with with all 6 of these artists who performed at Rolling Loud's first Christian set. I hope and pray that Rolling Loud will do more Christian sets, because in a time like this, I feel like it's important for people to have hope. You know what I'm saying? And for those who are more tuned into stuff that's happening on outside of their bubble, and even for those who may have crazy things going on inside of their bubble. You know, there's so much going on in the world, there's so much going on in our country, you know what I'm saying, that is negative, and those things that you know, may take our focus off of what may uplift us, what may give us hope. There's so many reasons for us to lose hope, and music like this gives listeners a reason to maintain hope and to share that hope with others. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not, you know, if you're not into non-secular music, if you're not into Christian rap, I feel like Caleb Gordon and Hulvey are really good introductions, especially Caleb Gordon, because honestly, like, Caleb Gordon is like if Juice WRLD went to church. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say that because they're on two completely different spectrums, but in terms of sonically, you know what I'm saying? He kind of gives that like that young turn sound. You know what I'm saying? He's not trying to be preachy, because like I said, he used to be, and I think that comes from him having the experience of being a secular artist before he began making Christian music. So he knows what we want to hear, you know what I'm saying? But he puts the what's the saying? He puts the medicine in the music, but y'all know the saying that I'm trying to figure out. He puts the medicine in the candy, you know what I'm saying? To where it sounds real sweet, it sounds real dope, but there's a message in there, and there's medicine in there if you listen, you know what I'm saying? There's word in there if you listen, you know? He's pulling from the Bible. Let me see if there's anything else I logged. Anything else I don't think there's any more notes that I have. So if y'all, you know what I'm saying, mess with this video, let me know what you guys think about, you know, the commentary in the comments, guys. Please, if you don't mind, let me know what y'all think of my commentary. Let me know what you guys think of the Rolling Loud freestyle. If you go listen to it, you know what I'm saying? If you're not into it and you try it out, let me know what you think, you know what I'm saying? Come back and let me know, because I want to know, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build a community with you guys, you know what I'm saying, to where we can, you know, talk music and discuss, you know what I'm saying, the things that we like, or the things that we like, the things that we don't like, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate discussion about music. And yeah, y'all, I appreciate y'all, and until the next video, I'm still going through my notes trying to figure out if I got everything, but I think I hit everything. I did. So yeah, y'all, I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the support. Again, this is the Carefree Corner, where we listen, learn, and grow together, you know what I'm saying? And until the next video, I appreciate y'all. Peace.
You are now witnessing history in the making. Caleb Gordon, Hulvey, Sense. Remember back then when I was rolling loud, started seeking God. He sent me to